Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 246 of the 8-Bit Geek. Are you new to the show? Welcome. Welcome to the most uplifting show that you ever come across on the internet, where you can find the best in every story and in every one. You know, it's where you can trust us to tell the truth and do it without the use of profanity or crude humor. The show is created to show the world how to respect everyone and not criticize a thing. I'm Jeremy, and with me today are two men who will say, oh, that was a fucking lie.
Yeah, that's a huge fucking lie.
Totally.
And for those that were watching the stream over on Twitch and or listening to the extended episode on Patreon will know, boy, howdy, do we use crude humor.
We do. We are unbelievable.
Jesus.
Hi, everybody.
There's not a thing we wouldn't do for our fans. Especially. So. Anywho, how you guys been?
I've been awesome. Man, what a weekend, man. What about you guys? That's all I got.
Oh.
Well, no. Now you got to tell us about your weekend.
Friday night, I went home and I played some Wolfenstein 2, and I went to sleep, and Saturday morning I went to go see Injustice League 2.
No, but okay.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Saturday night I watched NXT, and then I played some Wolfenstein.
I like how Kev has turned into his YouTube personality during this intro.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I weighed in at Weight Watchers. I was like 2 pounds over. And then I played some Wolfenstein. And then
2
I watched
pounds over, Kev. Jesus.
the WWE Survivor Series. And then I played some more Wolfenstein. And then Monday came. And now I'm here with you guys.
Yay!
And after this, I'm going to play some Wolfenstein.
Oh, I wanted to play Wolfenstein.
Well, tough titty, said the kid.
I have to beat that game before our top 5 show, because I believe that it's probably going to make it in.
I'm not even finished with it, and it's my game of the year. I'll say that right now.
Damn.
Spoiler a fucking alert.
Hey, Kev.
I'm
Kev.
loving
Let's
Hey, Kev.
blah blah blah. Let's not ruin and spoil things. Blah blah blah. Like you were telling me in the pre-show. Suck my
Jerry,
dick,
you
Kev.
son of a bitch.
You fucking bandwagoner piece of garbage.
If you want to find out more about that, jump into our pre-show.
On Patreon.
On Patreon.com.
Mm-hmm. All right.
The Epic Geek.
If you enjoyed that, and this is truly your first time, you're going to enjoy so much more. So please hit that subscribe button on Audio Boom, who provide all of our bandwidth, or on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher Radio, or anywhere else that you consume your podcasts.
Like Twitch.
You're in for a treat.
Like Twitch.
Yeah, you can subscribe on Twitch.
I don't know. It's just been a fun night when other people have subscribed, so I just thought maybe.
Yeah.
we'd give them the
Oh yeah.
opportunity too.
Damn it.
A lot of
You don't
So-
spoil things again, Kev. Jesus. I want it to
sorry.
be natural.
Damn it.
Well, I was just describing the situation. The sitch, if you will.
Anyways, you can
Seriously.
always follow us on social media at the 8-Bit Geek. And of course, every Monday night on Twitch, we do it live for you, for me, for everyone. You can come in, join us, join the chat. It's a lot of fun. If you can't make it on a Monday night and you listen to us on one of those podcast catchers that you use and you want to interact with us, then head over to Discord. Discord is a fantastic place to meet new friends across the internet that can't let you down and hurt you, because you just turn it off. You turn off the chat when they start to hurt you. You know, and then you come back in a couple days and you're like, hey guys, I'm back. And no one remembers, and you're everyone's best friends again. So it's great.
Until they hurt you again.
Until they hurt you again. But then you just turn it off and you're like, fuck these guys.
That's a daily with me.
If you like this show, you may like some other shows that we do here at 8-Bit Geek. We have 8-Bit Saga, Divas Drop Kicks and Dives, Brainberry Tarts, and Garbage Day. All of them offer something different for you, so you can always check it out. And, of course, you can always, while we provide this show for free, and we'll always provide it for free, you can get some extra content and support us at the same time by joining our Patreon. We'd like to announce something here today. We worked it out in the pre-show today. And we're going to do this every month. We're going to add, if you are a patron, you are going to be automatically entered every month into a giveaway. And we're going to do this giveaway once a month. And we're going to get some fucking awesome stuff in there. So be sure to be a patron, and you can be automatically entered to win. Okay? So let's see. What else we got going on? Oh, Doug, you're up.
I'm up. Me.
I love Europe.
So, as some of you, at least in America, know, that this week is Thanksgiving, which once we're done with that, the holliest and jolliest of seasons is up next. Stop shaking your head, you fucking Grinch, Kev. I swear to Christ, I will come down your chimney and shove a lump of coal up your ass.
And do I have to pay for it this time?
Yes.
Nothing
The first time was free.
Yeah. Par for the course there.
Starting December 1st will be 8-Bit Xmas, and it'll go on through Christmas, where we will be bringing you reviews of some of the best holiday films, like Jingle All the Way.
Yes!
Ooh.
The Santa Claus 3, because we've done 1 and 2 the past 2 years, so we'll finish that fucking up.
Yeah.
Die Hard 2, because apparently that's a Christmas movie also.
Die Harder.
and others. And we'll be, once again, joined by the other 8-Bit Geek Network shows, like Garbage Day and Brainberry Tarts and 3D. And what else?
I think we're doing Aliens.
Great Christmas movie.
Yeah. So
Now
so we'll be doing that.
Rye asks if I do not like Christmas. And I like Christmas. However, I like Christmas in the order that it should be in, not in fucking July when all of a sudden Sam's Club starts putting up their Christmas decorations.
Have you not heard of Christmas in July, Kev?
Yeah, see, no, we don't need all that now. You don't see Jesus being like, "Yo, this is my half-year birthday," and then like swinging around and shit.
I mean,
like, no,
it's more likely he was born closer to like the summertime, anyways. Actually,
like it. If we're gonna get real, well, I mean, but it's like, come on, man, let me enjoy my favorite holiday, and then Doug's up there with Halloween, you know?
Oh, yeah, Halloween's probably. It's
and
like
the whole time
favorite.
Halloween's happening, everyone's like, "Man, can't wait for Halloween to be over so we can celebrate Christmas." And it's like, man, you're skipping over Thanksgiving, which I can understand because Thanksgiving's kind of a weird holiday. But
What?
let us give some time to just.
Hey, some of us don't
let's
like our
ease
family.
into Christmas.
Jer, some of us don't like our family.
Yeah.
Here's the okay. So let me. I was on board with Kevin. I was big into let's get through Thanksgiving before we get to Christmas.
Yeah, man. Let's go the natural order.
But as I've gotten older, and you realize you only get one Christmas a year.
Yeah.
And I want that Christmas to last as long as possible because you only get so many in your lifetime.
Yeah, and also here's another thing: like scary movies, you can watch them all year long. Christmas
You can watch
movies,
Christmas movies all year long.
No, but if you do, you're weird. You were just persecuting people for liking Christmas, not at Christmas time. You can watch a scary movie whenever the fuck you want.
Hi, Miss, just subscribed.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah, like Ant says in chat, Thanksgiving is my food Christmas. That's maybe another reason why I'm bitter, because I'm trying to eat better, and then we're coming up with the two fattest holidays of the year, Christmas and Thanksgiving.
So I personally love Christmas, and Ashley's gotten me into decorating early. Like we just finished up some decorating
yeah, we
around
put
the
up
house
this last weekend too.
Yeah, and so the tree's coming out tomorrow. We're gonna put that up, and I mean it's just I don't know, man. Why not? Why not celebrate it? We could be bitter about it, but you know what? Fuck it. It lasts like 2 months and it's here and gone before you know it. And then we're back into the summer heat and you're wishing for that cold weather and
like literally
I'm just here for Jingle All the Way.
Literally December 26th. It's 90 degrees outside again.
Welcome to Texas.
Welcome to Texas.
Fucking Texas. All right. Let's get into the show. Let's get into Misconnections. Every week, we take real ads from the Misconnection section of Craigslist. We read them in funny voices. These are completely real. We don't edit them in any way, but we definitely can't make this stuff up. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, what's up, fellas?
What up, buddy?
Oh, just reading the chat and the things people are saying about Thanksgiving. Like Luke says in the chat, I don't know if you guys saw this. Thanksgiving, the time to worship the white people that threw my people off our land. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Accurate.
boy. Oh.
So hot
Let's get
fucking
away,
damn.
let's get away from that one real quick.
Just want to make sure you guys saw that.
Hey,
Woo!
they're talking about pizza. Hey, let's get some misconnections. Hey, Sean.
Oh, what's up, fellas? I've been told not to scroll down, so I haven't seen what I'm reading today.
You may scroll.
All right, here we go.
Oh, God. What?
Image 1 of 4. Where are the other 3?
There is an image in this week's misconnection that is really weird. It's not NSFW,
That's a
but
picture of 2 clowns.
yeah, and not like Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope.
Yeah. And the title is Sloppity Slop and Juicy Fruit. Man for woman. The location, their bungholes.
What?
Sloppity Slop and Juicy Fruit.
Oh, please don't. Are those their names?
We will soon find out.
Title of the episode.
Oh,
Oh, the memories, though. Oh, Sloppity Slop, a.k.a. Double Dunce. Could never stand it being dumb, so he posed as an athlete. He had all the natural advantages to be dominant. Height and size, and was even held back 2, at least, years so he could be more mature, quote unquote. Boy, did it sting when all of those added up to 0.
damn.
Like
That's
he can do
savage.
math anyway. Not only was he not dominant, not scouted, nor even good statistically, but he failed to maintain the 2.0 average needed to get into junior college. This
Damn.
6'2" freak couldn't even be better than high schoolers 2 years younger than him. Explains why he is very good at cheating.
Oh shit.
He's a horrible liar, though, because he just lies constantly. That's the trick. You lie less, you get better at it. You can tell because his mouth is moving. What? Sam.
Wait, what?
You can tell when he's lying because his mouth is moving. I'm saying
Get it, Kev?
yeah, every time he talks, he's lying.
Every time he talks, he's a lie.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm catching up.
yeah.
I'm 2 years behind.
Sloppity slop? A shame, too. Very shamey. What a prick. Oh, and the jealousy is where he excels. Covetous and envious of those who actually know how to read beyond a 3rd grade level. Don't use 3-syllable words around him, because he'll just get confused.
Damn it.
And then call up mommy to set up a rigged game of Trivial Pursuit. Ha ha! The words lie, cheat, and steal are on their family crest.
Eddie Guerrero?
Oh, big word here. He's so fake that he once surreptitiously wore cat contact lenses.
So, what's that again?
was that?
Surreptitiously.
He wins.
Wore cat contact lenses and pretended to be some sort of snake man. Ooh. Does he really believe he's fooling anyone but himself? Wow. Now Pennywise is a convincing clown. Hell, JP Patches gets more respect than old Sloppity Slop. Next time he wants to put on John Wayne Gacy makeup and play make-believe, he should think of Santa, the Easter Bunny, or Jiminy Cricket, because even kids don't believe in them after 5 years of age. What an ass hole. Homie, don't play that.
That's another clown. It's all connecting.
Makes sense that it would keep pace with an even dumber dum-dum who likes to play dress-up too. This jackass didn't play any sport or have an ounce of athleticism, yet he bought himself a Letterman's jacket. Why? Overcompensation and his mindless obedience to Sloppity the Clown's priceless advice. Yep. So Juicy Fruit bought the jacket because he was told to and wore it around like he contributed to some sporting event that never existed except in his mind. What the fuck is happening? Even the coaches scratched their heads, but they still just ignored him like everyone else did because we all had compassion for special ed.
No.
Oh, notice that's not the special ed. It's just for special ed. That makes me wonder if they're talking about Ed. Ed? Is Ed here?
Is your nickname Juicy Fruit?
It's all just smoke and mirror tactics used in a feeble attempt to hide his inability to fit in socially, academically, or even athletically, let alone be unable to differentiate a football from a volleyball. You'd think he'd know better by now, but I hear he still wears it when his master tells him to. He puts it on for him, strike a pose, and does a little puppet dance. Then he and two left feet go play patty cakes. Truly a match made in heaven.
What the fuck?
By the way, BT Dubs, your mother is a whore. Yours truly, Sean Pennis.
What in the shit? So are you going to hook up or what?
This was found in the misconnection section.
Yeah, who fucking
Listen,
knows?
That's the only place I get them. I don't know why it was there. It was there, and I said, thank you very much.
I think I speak for everyone when I say I want to see the other pictures.
Yeah, no, right? I kind of want to go Google this and see if I can find what these other fucking clown pictures look like. Like, is that them? Is that no? Because that's no.
I
That's
think this
definitely
is a general picture of clowns.
yeah. Because that's what's his face.
One
from
of them looks
SNL.
like Mr. Bean.
Well, one of them looks like John Belushi.
I think one
John
of them,
Belushi or Jim Belushi?
John, the good Belushi.
Oh yeah, okay. the one that should have lived. The wrong Belushi died.
All right. So, listen. So since he was on Saga this week, I thought it'd only be right to invite Marky Mark
Hey.
in to say hi. Hold on. Mark? Hey, what's going on?
Wow, he was quick on the mic there. It didn't take him long to get to it.
I'm always mic'd up. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Hi. How you guys doing?
I
Oh, what's up, Mark?
We've
Nothing.
heard you say some unfavorable things when you thought you weren't mic'd up.
I'm just like riding a wave of success over here. Okay. Did you guys listen to that Saga or something?
Yes.
Yeah, our part was super sick.
Yeah. We had like a good time and stuff. Okay.
Kev, did you listen, Kev?
Oh no, I haven't listened to this
You
week.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, sorry guys.
That's a shame. I thought you loved me.
I do. I will listen to you very soon, probably after this episode, while I play Wolfenstein 2.
Well, let me know. I'll scratch your back. Okay.
Go on.
All right. So I'm looking for a good time or something. Male or woman. South Union East, White Lane. Okay. My body's fit, of course. I'm 5'10". That works out to like 100 Cam Newtons or something.
What? What? What?
You know, dab all over him.
I'm single. Okay. And I'm 33.
No.
Anyway. Hi. I am real. Okay. My name is Gweg.
What? No, it's not.
It's Marky.
And, and I will host, of course. But I'm not doing my profile or verified or versification sites or something. As they're all like money pits and scams, okay? And I'm not looking for anyone that's just looking for money. Just looking for a good, relaxing time, okay? And, she could be herself, no pressure, at all. I just need that pussy.
Oh, God.
What?
Hold on. That's not what it says. Hold on. I just need the pussy ass tits to be mine and to use and do as I please, okay, for hours. And any nude pic would be greatly welcomed, okay?
Oh,
No
God.
bullshit. No bullshit here. No catches or games, okay? The date is the 2011's 4/17th, okay?
2011?
Oh my God.
I will not do
Mark, do you not know how to read dates?
What's that?
I just
Oh, that's the time. Is that the time?
No, it
Yes.
means it's November 4th, 2017.
Oh God, I've missed my daughter's birthday.
God.
Oh, let me get through this so I could go say hi to her or something. Okay. I will not be doing my profile of vacations or vacation sites, okay? Because they all want that CC, which is, what's CC?
Credit card?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, anyway, one point in time, they're just money pits for guys, okay? Not for girls.
What?
They may not even charge females, but they do guys, okay? $40 each site, 3 sites. You just took like $120 from a guy, okay? South side of Bakersfield, by the bar, by the
Excuse
bar.
me?
Is that Bach? But anyway, behind Green Gardens, in like the Have Cottages complex. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'll be. Also, I'm looking for someone that doesn't need money, okay? For me to talk to them or meet like a real person. Don't be afraid. Text me anytime. Also, I prefer not to use a condom.
Oh, Marky.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, gotta go say hi to my daughter.
Hey,
Bye.
wait, Mark. Let's have a cool. Hey, you can just yell from the window. Have you not heard of Tinder? It's free.
Hello?
Tinder, my dude. Have you not heard of Tinder? It's free.
Oh, I'd love to get tenderized.
Oh, you know what? Just come with me out
Just
the window.
let it
I will
be.
explain this to you. And what Tinder is, I'll show you on my phone. Let's just go. Come on, man.
Okay. All right,
Mark,
fine.
before you jump to, just realize this. No one pays for porn.
Oh,
Don't be that guy.
okay. Well, I'm gonna ask my MySpace friends. Okay.
Good luck with that.
Okay. Bye.
Well, at least you'll always have Tom.
Hey, so I went ahead. This is a user submitted misconnection. I
Look
was
at
gonna
that.
give it
Taking
to
requests
Doug.
now.
I was gonna give it to Doug, but
Mhm.
then I saw that clown one, and I just said, too good.
Oh, you couldn't
So
you couldn't
this
give
one-
Velvet the Clown one?
So I gave you this one.
All right,
No, I
that's-
can't. I
nailed
listen. I cannot rightly give you anything that long because
that's what she said.
it will be double the length
Okay.
by you ad-libbing the entire way through.
You've got a point there. I can't say you're wrong. I'd love to argue with you, but you're actually wrong. Right. You're wrong usually, but tonight you're right.
This one comes to us from Random Hero 6.
All right, here goes Deep Star 6 and shit. Random Hero, you keep being you, boo boo. This one's over 19. Male for male. Apparently this week I feel like, sword fighting. So months ago, I went over to 19. I went to over 19 on a Sunday. I always like putting on a show in the buddy booths. I don't know. I know it's not a clothing store like Under 21 or whatever. I'm muscular, as you can see, fit, and enjoy showing my body to whomever would like to watch. Male or female, really. If you want to stare at this ginger, I'm happy to take you. Now I strip down and oil up my entire body and stay hard for 2 full hours until I have a huge release. It took a lot of training to be able to stay hard for 2 hours
Doug's
without.
eyes.
Oh, I see you looking at it, Doug. Don't worry. Keep looking. You got another hour and 59 minutes. I'm here all night, baby. On this Sunday, I was in the booth for nearly 2 hours without anybody coming in the other booth. I felt a little dejected. Wondering if anybody was in the store, I ventured out into the hall, and you were working the counter. In front was standing outside my booth masturbating. Wait, what? It was you who was working the counter. In front was standing outside my booth masturbating. Instead of retreating back inside, I stayed out in the hall for you to watch me. I enjoyed you examining my muscular, well-oiled up body until you decided to reach for me. I'll let you grab my hard, oily guy. Damn it. You then started. I'm assuming I put started, but I just got really, really kinked up, stroking me. And while I was hoping someone would come into the store and watch us before I finished, ever since then, I haven't seen you working there. Do you even work there? Do you still work there? And if so, what days and times? I want schedules. I would love to do that again. I need to know your days off. I need to know what time's your lunch. And I also need to really work on my long-lasting skills again.
I just interrupt. I just have to assume this person got fired for jacking off in the middle of a fucking store instead of manning the goddamn counter.
They check the tapes and they're like, okay. Yeah. You know he's for guests, right?
Yeah. I mean, I still can't go in there. It's kind of weird, so. But it was fun while it lasted. Over 19's a clothing store, by the way. That's why it was just all really weird. But either way, here nor there. Call me sometime. Velvet Jones. Stroked up oily conversations. I didn't write that. I simply read
it. Well, thanks, random hero, I guess.
Keep sending them in.
Write it?
I don't know. Did you write that?
It's his?
Did you have this experience, random hero? Let us know.
Or don't. It's fine. It's whatever. We don't have to.
Was he the worker?
Ooh, that's a good question.
There's a twist.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the box office. Number one we'll get into because obviously Justice League making $96 million this week.
A failure. It failed.
Yeah, huge failure in the box office. It's the lowest grossing DC movie of all time.
Really?
That sounded...
All time?
Have you seen Green Lantern?
Yeah, I was going to say, have you seen Green Lantern?
Wonder also came out this week for $27.1 million. I will be going to see that because Colin read the book in school, and he really wants to see the movie. So,
word.
Meh.
It
looks like garbage. Also,
how dare you?
I'm sorry, it looks like garbage. Also, the fact that it takes place like with a kid with, I forget what the name of the I don't know if it's a disease. I guess it's a disease.
Oh, this is Mask. This is like a Mask reboot with Cher and.
No, it's not. This is so the book was written based on a true story from the actual kid.
Well, that's not. Well.
Yeah, you feel fucked up now, don't you, Kev?
Yeah. Why would I feel fucked up? Doug's the one calling it like horrible. I'm just saying it looks like a remake.
Oscar bait terrible movie, like an Oscar bait movie that's not going to get nominated for anything because it's not good.
See, I didn't say all that. I just said it looked like Mask.
I just want to know why they couldn't find an actor with the condition that the kid has and said it's a kid in prosthetics, like as he's wearing its makeup.
That's true. Wow.
Okay.
Luke Longley says that Wonder was great.
Well, I don't know if it's talking about the book or the movie.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll never know because he's never going to say anything in chat again.
No, he just said Doug fucked up.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
And now he got banned by Doug.
Get him.
You're gone. I'm just kidding. But he also said the only good part of Justice League was Ezra Miller, and we'll talk about that. So.
All right. So listen, if you haven't watched Justice League, then I suggest that you skip ahead a couple minutes because we're going to be talking about it. We're not going to give any spoilers away. Obviously, we're not going to give any plot points. We're going to give what we thought about the movie, and we're gonna judge it. We're going to score it on a score of 5 out of 5, like we
5 to 5.
5 to 5, and we'll go from there. So, hold on 1 second. I need to ban somebody. Just a quick second.
Bye, King.
And
I can't. Why can't I ban him?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Timeout. Go to the timeout.
God damn it.
Okay, so we'll start with Kev. What did you think of Justice League?
I thought it was great. It was way better than I expected it to be, although I went into it with super low expectations. I think they finally found their stride since Wonder Woman, and this movie was a great example of they finally got everyone like I think equal time on screen. And I think it was paced well enough to where it was actually a pretty decent movie. It still has DC still has some work to do, but they are definitely on the right track with this movie. I liked a lot of the characters. I think it turned out really well. And as far as out of 5, I give it a 4 out of 5. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but definitely like it's setting up to finally give DC a universe that is deserving, especially with things that happen. Like there's after credit sequences. We're not going to spoil them, but those credit sequences give great hope to what the DC universe is capable of. So that I liked it for that. But like I said, I think this was a lot more coherent, and I actually liked Superman in this one. I've said it over and over again how much I hated Batman versus Superman. Now, mind you, I have not seen the uncut like deluxe edition or whatever, but the original theatrical release left a real sour taste in my mouth, and I hated Superman for it. I think having him in this one was pretty good. I think it was pretty redeeming.
I agree with that. I think that they finally kind of got Superman right. And I think that some of that is because Joss Whedon stepped in and fixed him and got rid of whatever Zack Snyder had done. I feel that there's a couple of scenes that you can tell are Joss Whedon scenes. There's it's not necessarily a spoiler, but there's a part where Aquaman is sitting on the lasso of truth and he like goes into this huge like in depth about how he's feeling about something that's very uncharacteristic about him, and that felt like a Joss Whedon scene. Like I bet that was completely added in because he came on the film in the end.
That was the funniest moment of the film for me. I laughed the hardest on that.
I don't think that was the fun. There's another part that was really funny, and it's when Superman shows back up, and there's just a part between him and the Flash that fucking killed me.
Oh yeah, that whole yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that was really funny too.
That whole it's a very serious scene, but there are like 2 very funny parts of that, and there was that one, and then there's a part at the end with Batman where he's laying on the ground and he just goes, "Oh." Yeah, something's bleeding.
Yeah.
Fucking killed me. So funny. I think that it's probably the second like best movie in their current run of movies. I think that Wonder Woman is better. I think Wonder Woman was
for sure.
from beginning to end better paced, better written, better CG, like better all around. But this one, in comparison to Bats versus Superman and Man of Steel, this one just blows it out of the water. Of those 2 out of the water completely. There's obviously issues with it. There's the whole. We talked about it when it was when they were doing the reshoots, but like the fact that Henry Cavill's got a fucking mustache because he couldn't shave it for another movie he was doing, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like that was just them fucking WB, and you can tell. You could tell when he had a mustache. You could tell when they CG'd it out. It was terrible. It did not look good.
Actually, I was looking for that. I will have to talk about it afterwards.
The whole movie, Kev. Like,
was it?
There's a scene in particular where Lois Lane and Superman are talking in the field. You know what scene I'm talking about?
Yep.
And there are in between shots where it's like mustache, no mustache,
really
mustache,
okay,
no mustache. Yeah, his mouth looks very CG. Even the very beginning of the movie when it's that like the kids vlog where they're interviewing Superman.
Yeah, no, I did notice it there. Yeah.
You can totally notice it there. It looked terrible, and whatever. I mean, that's just the price of the reshoots, I guess. So that kind of bugged me. There's also some other just kind of weak CG. The bad guy didn't look very good, and
Darkseid.
No, Steppenwolf.
Yeah, but it's Darkseid, isn't it? Like, wasn't that his like?
No.
Oh, okay.
Steppenwolf comes first.
And then Darkseid is after.
Yeah,
that's why in the movie he mentions Darkseid.
That's what I thought. Okay, I knew it was Steppenwolf, but I thought like that was his. Never mind.
Yeah. Sorry, we just got another gone off just subbed. And he says to Superman's mustache, which I kind of wish they just kept the mustache in. But whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Whatever.
So what do you score it?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I liked the Flash. I was worried because of how much we love Grant Gustin and the CW's Flash, but this Flash is so different that I thoroughly enjoyed him. I thought he's like the comedic like break in the movie. He kind of like made scenes funny and just the way that he said things. I've talked about this in our text and stuff. I love the score of the movie. Danny Elfman was back to do the music for this, and
the score was fantastic.
Yeah, and he created the original, not the original, but the Batman theme from Tim Burton's Batman movie, which was then used in the Batman the Animated Series, or at least a tweaked version of it. But like, they use that music at certain points, like cues from that music for Batman and stuff, and it just made Batman feel more like Batman because it just had that iconic music behind him. And they did the same for Superman with John Williams' Superman theme. That appeared a couple times in the score as well, and it's so weird because like they haven't used that music for the last two Superman movies, but to have it back in this one kind of like helped the character. Like it helped like kind of solidify them as these characters that we've known for so long, and we've had an issue with in these movies. I can't wait to see the extended director's cut version of this movie that we're hopefully going to get, like they've done with Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman, because I feel like there's stuff that was cut because of time. They didn't have time to get stuff in, to get CG in or whatever. It's just the movie felt incredibly rushed. I don't necessarily feel that we ever had an instance where it's like, why did this happen? This doesn't make sense. I feel like they were just trying to cram as much in as possible that like it just felt like a quick paced movie because it was only like a little under 2 hours. It wasn't a very long movie at all.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I can't wait to see that because I think that this movie, had they postponed it 6 months like they should have done when they had to do reshoots when they brought in Joss Whedon, I feel that it could have been their best movie. Like I feel like it's there. It just got rushed because they wanted it out in November because they didn't want to push it to May because at the time that's when I guess Han Solo was supposed to come out in May, but it got pushed to next November. So I feel like they didn't want to compete with that, and so they kept it in November, and the movie kind of failed for it. But I'll go to 3.5 out of 5. I think it could have been so much better, but I enjoyed it for what it was, and I just want to see more of these characters. I can't wait for the Batman movie, especially with the end scene, the very last credit scene, the very end of the credits. To me, is worth the price of admission alone. That fucking ruled.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with a lot of what you guys said, but I come at it a little bit differently. Thoughts of, I feel like I thought it was a really good movie. Obviously, it wasn't up to kind of like the Marvel polish standard because I feel like this was, like Doug said, it was rushed. I would have liked for them to build up this universe first instead of instantly going into Justice League. And my perspective of it is I know these characters, but someone went with me who doesn't know these characters. And that someone is my wife. And my wife's perspective was, I don't care about these people because I don't know what I haven't seen them before. And so her whole, like the normal perspective of the normal moviegoer who isn't a comic book nerd, who hasn't seen these and know these people. I don't think that they gave it a proper setup, and I don't think that they gave the characters enough build up to know and care. Like me, for that bad guy, he's a throwaway character because of the fact that there was nothing special about him. He was a run of the mill, just kind of the same old. I don't know why Warner Brothers insists on keep just CGI for their bad guys. I fucking hate it. Marvel does such a better job with their CGI, making it look lifelike. All these characters look the same when they're done in CG for the DC universe. And I had a real problem with Steppenwolf because of this, and I just couldn't get into that character. It just wasn't real enough for me. I feel like Justice League lacked a lot of heart, and I think that could have been obtained if they just would have said, let's hold off on Justice League, let's build this world first, and then we'll make you care about these characters and about what's going on. And so that's my takeaway from it. I did like the Flash, even though I hate his suit still. I do hate the way that he runs while in the Speed Force. It's real fucking weird.
It's like he's skiing.
Yeah, and it's like his legs bow out and shit. I'm like, Batman obviously is amazing to me, and Aquaman, while he was kind of a bro, he was still a lot of fun. And even I kind of went around saying his one-liners.
My man.
All right. And the other thing, I think, Doug, you mentioned this before. I had a real problem with the CGI for Cyrax. Sorry.
Cyrax from Mortal Kombat?
Cyborg.
No, it looked. What they should have done with his is that they went full CG. They should have done a mixed CG and practical, where like his face part should have been mostly makeup, like blending the two together, and then CG the eye and some of the other stuff, and then like his body again. You do a CG costume, but you know that fool was just in a motion capture suit the whole time. Yeah. And he shouldn't have been. He should have been in some sort of blend where it would have been easier for them to... I mean, it would have looked more real because you would have had real pieces actually interacting and reflecting off of the light that they're using and not like this post-CG bullshit. It looked terrible. But, I don't know. His suit at the end was pretty cool when he like transforms into like the next state of his suit. You know, it kind of looked more like the cyborg we know. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I just feel like very little fucks about his character because he was barely in it, man. He like, you know, and he was, that's a shitty thing too, because like he was like a big part of the story, and like, but he barely played into it. I mean, which is fine because you want to focus on the Holy Trinity. You want to focus on Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. That's fine. But this movie, I will say the bad guy. I'm glad it was a throwaway character like Steppenwolf, kind of a bad guy that doesn't really matter. You know, because we started off with fucking Doomsday, which is a goddamn disaster.
Yeah.
And so to go to Steppenwolf, where this is about getting the team together, and it's about building the team that, you know, even in the Avengers, their first bad guys are the Chitauri or whatever they're called. Like, I think that's what they're called, right? I don't remember which alien species they are. Like, huge threat, yes, absolutely. But like, it's you know, it wasn't Thanos. You know what I mean? Like, against. So to have Steppenwolf, I was okay with him not having a huge spotlight because it was about bringing Superman back. It was about bringing the team together. I agree they should have made like the Flash movie first, and some other, or you know, whatever. I think Aquaman's the next slated movie. I believe his has already begun filming, but you know, I don't know, like. I'm okay with the smaller character. He just looked like shit, and the explanation for everything was so fast, and so that also felt like a Joss Whedon sort of edition, where it was like, we don't have any explanation why any of this is happening. Let's make something real quick and throw it in the fucking movie because we need to explain why this is happening. And so it feels very jarring when they're like, this is why this is happening. Again, a longer formatted movie where that would have fit in better, would have suited the movie better, but it was so quick that it was just jarring.
Yeah. And then the one other thing before I score it, just a different perspective. I didn't even think about this and how it affects like Wonder Woman is such a huge piece to women, like in empowering women now. And this movie her movie did just kind of rewrote just the modern day superhero for a woman, and she gets to look up to and everything. And my wife, it was very interesting. And she goes, at the end, we walk out, and I was like, what'd you think? And blah, 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 we talked about it. And then she was like, you know, I got to say, I wasn't impressed with them just having a whole bunch of ass shots for Wonder Woman. And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, well, she has a great ass, but they just wasn't needed.
It's just okay ass. Like, it's not great. It's just okay.
There was a difference though. They actually showed, like people were criticizing it, that the outfits on the Amazonians in the Wonder Woman movie are a lot more conservative than the ones that were in Justice League. So yeah, somebody had some influence. They were blaming Zack Snyder for that one.
I would 100% blame Zack Snyder because I mean, we've seen 300. We've seen his other. We've seen. His other movies. Less is more. In his opinion, yeah. And I mean, that goes for fucking everything, including the story. You know, all he cares about is his action shots, which he can direct an action movie. His action is always like fun and entertaining and kick ass. But like, dude, I'm so glad he's gone, and I hope he's gone for the rest of this fucking universe. Like, and I don't know if that means Joss Whedon takes over, because Joss Whedon, I feel like, did some really good things for Marvel and their expanded or not, cinematic universe. But like, get the fuck out of here, Zack Snyder. You're done. Like,
I think he is done. Yeah. I think he's completely done.
And I hope so. I think that after just, you know, they made a lot of money, but like the fan reactions to Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and his influence over Suicide Squad should totally cut him from this universe. Like, where people did not enjoy these movies as much as they were hoping. People loved Wonder Woman, even though, I mean, he was involved in it, but I mean, that was 100% up to Patty Jenkins and her directing of that movie and her influence over that movie.
Mm-hmm. So overall, I think it was a fine movie. I do think that the 4 minutes of post-credit scene was probably better than the entire 2 hours.
It's set
Justice
up.
League.
You want to talk about setting up like a villain? Like, I think this, you know, like it's supposed to appear in another movie later, but it's just one of those like, that's how you fucking do it. Like, that is how you do it. I mean, I thought like at first, I thought we were going to have like a Joker reveal sort of scenario going on, and then it was like, I thought this was going to happen, and then you see this one character, and you're like, oh shit, and then you see it, and you're like, oh shit. I'm like, oh man, it was fucking sick.
I literally, I was like, fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck. My wife is looking at me, and I'm just like, I'm like a little boy. I'm like a 10-year-old me again, and I'm just like, because it's my favorite villain, anti-villain, whatever you want, anti-hero, whatever you want to call him. He's one of my favorite. He's up there with Batman, and it's just amazing. And that was worth it to me to pay the money to go see that ending.
Agreed.
So overall, I think I'm going to go with Doug on this one. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. My end result is, I said it on Facebook, I'll say it here. The fact that they got this movie out and with everything that went against it, with the two directors, reshoots, rewrites, the multiple edits, like all the bullshit they went through to get this out. I'm so surprised that it is this good. And I commend them for actually, putting it together, and so good on them.
Yeah,
good on them.
It just feels like a rush movie. If it hadn't been, it would have been. It easily would have been their best.
Yep. So. All right, let's get into some news here. It looks like Paramount has created a completely virtual movie theater, and that's cool, I guess. Right? It's an IMAX's flagship VR experience in Los Angeles, and you can put on a headset and you have haptic feedback and stuff. Is that something that you would do? Like, do you want to do that?
I mean, we've talked about this before.
I know.
Yeah. Yes.
We've talked about sitting in a virtual theater and watching a movie together with friends while you're doing it from home. And I said that would be really dope. But would you walk into a theater, sit down, and put on headset to be transported into the movie, or do you want to be?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. We talk about it all the time. The fucking trailer we watched for Insidious 3. A movie like that?
Yeah, that's true.
Sign me the fuck up.
That's true.
And depending on the movie, yeah, I would spend the $20, $25 or whatever it was to see that movie and that experience. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine, for a second, I know it's Paramount, so it'll probably never happen, but can you imagine a Star Wars movie like this? Are you kidding me?
That's true. Okay, I'm in then.
Yeah.
You talked me into it.
Yeah, where you get the cool shots of them. Think like Rogue One, where they had those over-the-shoulder shots in the X-Wing. Like that sort of experience in.
Can I sit on an X-Wing? Can I just sit in an X-Wing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, from their point of view, and you can look around while shit's happening. I mean, it's kind of like Battlefront 2, I suppose, but you don't have to fly the ship. You just have to, you look around.
Look around.
You gotta be blown away by the experience. Fuck yes.
Oh, man. That Battlefront mission in the first one, though, with the X-Wing, with the PSVR, is amazing, though. And it does make you feel like you're in an X-Wing.
No.
Just
saying. Yeah. Well, I believe you. And I'm saying, absolutely.
That 3 minutes probably was amazing.
Hey, 15, okay? Yeah. Depending on how well you are at the mission.
But yeah, just going back to that trailer for Insidious 3 that we saw. Like, I mean, if I didn't have to go through that stupid haunted house again to get to it, I would absolutely have done that multiple times because, fuck yeah, that was creepy as shit. That was the best way to watch that trailer. Are you kidding me? Nothing has got me more hyped for a fucking movie than that trailer, and I didn't even see the goddamn movie.
It's true. Now, only if they put live humans to touch you while you're watching a movie.
Go on.
Sex. So Movie Pass has revealed a new deal. How about this? Remember Movie Pass? It came out 3 months ago and it said, "Hey, we're going to do $9.99 a month." Well, we've got a better deal for you. You can do an annual subscription and it'll only cost $6.95 a month.
Okay.
And you pay an upfront annual fee of $89.95, which boils down to $6.95 a month. I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do it. But the only problem is that there's a lot of people who are really pissed off because they signed up 3 months ago for this $9.99 service and they still don't have their card.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because they got slammed, man.
They should be compensated in some kind of way.
Yeah, well, they don't get charged until they get their card. Like they don't start the service until you receive your card.
Oh, wait, so then if they haven't been charged, and have they been seeing movies at least?
No, because they don't have their card.
So what's the harm here then?
Yeah, exactly. People are just mad they don't have their card yet.
Yeah, people are just
well, they can get the fuck over it. At least they're not paying $9.99 a month.
Yeah, you don't start paying your fees until you actually get your card and activate.
Oh, well then, yeah. I mean, I'd say there's no foul in that. Just like, I don't know if we're going to get to it. I didn't read ahead for gaming, but the whole GameStop and rentals thing.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
The only problem with this, which bothers me, is I don't think that you can use this card to reserve seats. You have to go to the theater and use it to purchase your ticket. And it doesn't do, you can't do for like shows.
Star Wars or something.
Yeah, you can't like reserve your seat for Star Wars or anything coming up 2 days or the next week or whatnot. It has to be same day, which really bugs me and puts a kink into my plans when I get tickets.
Yeah. You know what, as of late, since I haven't been buying tickets in advance for the theater, like right down the street from my place, I've just been, you get up there early enough. And I mean, I go like first thing in the morning and they just have you pick your seats at the box office. So they show you a screen and you just say, I want 15D or whatever.
Yeah. And you probably are the only one in the theater because who's watching that movie at 9 a.m.?
Surprisingly, it was a pretty good crowd for 9 a.m. For Justice League. But once again, it wasn't that packed. But I had to, of course, sit next to the old couple that kept making comments every single time something happened. Who's he?
Who's that kid?
Yeah, seriously. Like they always had something quippy to say, and I'm like, God damn it!
Barry
I know
Allen.
I only paid $6 for this ticket, but God damn it!
Who's Barry Allen?
Yeah.
Ryan's
what do you mean
mom
it's not Jay Garrick? Jay Garrick is the Flash.
Back in my day, Jay Garrett was the Flash, and he flew all around the city.
What the fuck?
Who's this? This Aquaman isn't white. He's not a blonde-haired white man. He's not mine. There's no way that's Aquaman.
Oh, no. Moving on.
Aquaman is a nice Jewish boy from Brooklyn.
Yeah, his name is Arthur. There's no way he'd have that name if he wasn't Jewish.
Oh, man.
All right. Marvel is setting up a multiple man. Well, wait, hold on. Sorry. Nope. That's going to be Fox. Fox is setting up Marvel's multiple man being played by James Franco. He's going to be the self-replicating X-Man. I've never heard of this character, so I can't comment. I don't know
either, but if it's an X-Men character, Fox owns him. So.
Thanks for the follow.
So much on that. It's weird that James Franco is going to be a superhero. He went from Tommy Wiseau to superhero.
I mean, he's a superhero in real life.
Yeah.
He saved.
Wait, why is that weird though?
Because once again, seeing as the Disaster Artist is coming out next week, the first thing I think of James Franco right now is
Tommy Wiseau.
As Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Even though he was in a superhero movie because he was in all 3 Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It's true. He was in the Spider-Man movies.
He was a supervillain.
And he was a supervillain, so it's not that difficult to think about, Kev.
Yeah.
Do you have an old man back scratcher? What's going on?
I've had this this has been on my show. I've had this since I was like, this has been in the family. That's all I have to say.
That's his
generations.
That's his grandfather's. It's his grandpappy's.
passed down.
You know how many backs this thing?
Many backs.
You know how many scratches this thing has scratched his back, scratcher.
This thing's seen 3 world wars.
What? There's only been 2.
Oh, it'll survive till the 3rd one.
Isn't it made of wood?
Yeah.
Then it won't. Yeah, because the next one's going to be nuclear, man.
Next one's going to be fire.
Let me go coat this. I'll be right back.
Jesus.
I don't know why it sounded like that either. Why? Here you go. It's my back scratching voice.
Anyways, so James Franco, that's exciting. Cool. Cool.
Next. Danny Elfman thinks that it's bullshit that the other Batman movies didn't use his classic theme.
Bullshit is bullshit. I did not use that theme.
I did not. No, it's no. Hey, agreed. That's what I'm saying, man. That Batman theme is the Batman theme.
All right. Yeah, totally.
I don't know. I really love
Danny Elfman do the animated series as well.
Kev.
Yes.
God damn it. He just mentioned that.
So I thought so. Because you guys started droning on about Justice League, and I kind of
We start.
I wonder if there's a timeout button for hosts.
Yeah. You fucking just hang up the call on him.
everything I've said on this just gets deleted.
I really like Nolan's score as well for that Batman film.
Yeah, I mean, not Nolan.
Hans Zimmer.
There you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, Hans Zimmer is another, prolific and like very well known. I was gonna say conductor. What do you want to call it? What is their title? Oh shit.
Composer.
Thank you. Yeah, but no, I mean, like I said, like that Batman theme is like the Batman theme. There are 2 Batman themes as far as I'm concerned. The na 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 that one, right? And then the Danny Elfman theme from yeah, a much better version of that.
Yeah, that was the MIDI version.
I was almost lost. I was like, wait, what?
So I've been listening to I've been watching Cheers lately, so that's the only theme song that's in my head right now.
I don't think it's bullshit per se. I think he's saying it's bullshit because if they'd used it, that would have meant a fucking paycheck for him. Now, granted, Danny Elfman don't need it. Don't need that money because again, he's been composing stuff for everything.
He's still making money off The Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's won the paycheck, but
And he wrote our outro. Boo boo boo.
yeah,
He did.
So
we have to send him a check.
Hey,
that's why we need this Patreon money.
Hey guys, did you know? Did you ever think that Nintendo would let anyone near their property to make an animated movie? Because it's happening.
They've been changing a lot. I mean, hell, they let Ubisoft make a game with Mario in it, so I think they're getting pretty progressive.
Fuck, I'm starting to believe in them again. They're letting is it DreamWorks that does Despicable Me? I think it is. I
believe so.
They are doing a Super Mario Brothers animated movie.
It's from Illumination Entertainment, which I believe is a part of DreamWorks. But
I just really hope they bring back the cast from the original Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, you want John Leguizamo to be fucking Luigi?
Luigi.
Are they gonna dig up Mario?
Yeah, Hopkins is dead.
Well, they probably
Hoskins?
just use
who was it? Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, they probably just use the dialogue from the first movie. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh no. Mario.
It'd be the best. So I'm down with that. I animated movie, perfect.
I think so. I mean, especially after playing Mario Odyssey, I think it'd be perfect. Like that was, man, such a great game. Like that's in my top 5.
I gotta
spoiler
play
number 2.
I gotta play it. There's too many games. I don't know what to fucking do, man.
Yeah. Kev, shut the fuck up with your goddamn top 5 list, man.
Man,
you know, it's another game that's coming out.
Oh my god,
top 5 list.
So GameStop has halted its unlimited used game rental program because we didn't have shit figured out.
Yes, I mean I can't say I called that, but I was very skeptical with this. Mostly not because of what this is, but because of GameStop managers basically finding out things the morning of.
I guess they said the reason is due to program limitations, which another person said is that the computer system couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Well, an insider. Let's call that insider. So great. That failed instantly. They'll probably never bring it back.
No, they're working on a way. They'll probably send up like software updates, or they'll God forbid, they'll probably have to update their POS system in order to do it.
Yeah, that piece of shit system.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll probably have to stop running off of Windows ME.
Nice. Nice pull.
Oh man, when I was working there, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something archaic though. It was something really old.
It was the Atari 2600 UI.
It sucked, man. Like whenever, and it was like, I remember at one point there was a rollout that screwed up the system like at certain points of the day. So as soon as like 3 p.m. hit, like we couldn't do credit card like transactions for like the first 10 minutes. Like from 3 till 3:10, there couldn't be, it would freeze every time you tried to do one. So it was just like, it was so stupid. I mean, this is, man, they've got a long way to go.
Did I talk about it last week? How it took me like 30 minutes to just buy a fucking something at GameStop?
You talked about it before because they would try selling you on stuff.
Yes, yeah.
But once again, I don't blame the workers on that. They're getting shoved down their throats from above.
I blame the coworkers because I believe that they could all stage a protest. They could all come together, take a knee, and just say, "We're not taking this anymore. We're not doing it."
To take a knee
and
say, "We're not saying the Pledge of Allegiance or standing during the." Sorry, we're talking about the GameStop employees. Sorry.
Yeah, then we're gonna have Trump tweeting out, "Yeah, GameStop employees so entitled." Sad.
How dare they make that $7.75 an hour?
Why the fuck does he sound like Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons?
I know. It's a very like old school New England accent.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, let's get back into microtransactions for a second. And
boy.
And this one's a doozy, okay? Because this is pretty much, I will say this. A report came out today that Star Wars Battlefront 2 has dropped 60% in sales versus the original Battlefront that came out a few years ago. So the first one
in Europe though. That wasn't here, was it?
It was in Europe, but that's where a lot of the charts come from as well as from Europe. Yeah. That's insane. Like that's a huge drop in sales, and a lot of it probably has to do with this whole debacle.
The controversy,
controversy with it. The stories have made the mom blogs and saying don't buy your kid this game because there's gambling in it, and it's made major headlines. It's gotten everywhere, and I think it's really really hurt EA. And guess who took notice?
Everyone in the world. Oh, you mean Disney?
Yep.
Specifically.
Disney specifically took notice and said, they put their foot down and said, y'all fucked up.
Yeah. Well, especially because in some certain countries, loot boxes and the way they're presenting them is a form of gambling and is illegal. So in some countries, this game can't even be sold because of that. So that, I think, was another factor leading to them having to pull it. Because otherwise they wouldn't have sold any copies at all because it would have been illegal for them to do that.
Now they're doing there's an investigation going on to Battlefront and with Overwatch. There's been 3 or 4 games who have instantly taken away microtransactions. Call of Duty World War II has said, we're gonna hold off on the loot box thing. We're gonna wait.
That game's been, from what I hear, the servers at least have been hot garbage since it released. So.
There's been a couple games who've just said, "Ooh, we better change this." EA has went ahead and changed. They completely revamped the system for their Need for Speed game that just came out. Because in that game, guess what it has? A slot machine where you get your loot boxes. You literally, it's a slot machine. It goes ding, 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 ding. And it's just like, oh shit, we fucked. Oh
yeah. They're like, oh man, we took this too literally.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine to do that as long as you're using like currency that is gained within playing the game. Like the slot machines in Borderlands.
Without daily limits, Battlefront.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I mean, obviously Battlefront really opened the floodgates for this. And I think, I mean, we talked about it last week, but once again, just reiterating, man, you pay $60 for a game, you should get the full game.
You should get the game.
If you're getting a free to play game, fucking microtransaction it up, because you know what? You got to make your money back somehow. But you've already made your money on this title. Don't fucking get greedy.
And just do what Overwatch does. It's so simple. Make it, if you want loot boxes, people will still pay for those loot boxes if it's just what's it called? Cosmetic.
Yeah.
People will be glad to pay for it. So the industry is on fire. Lucasfilm actually weighed in on this, and they said Lucasfilm came out and they said they support EA's decision to temporarily remove microtransactions, and they came out and said that we are about the fans, and if it's not right for the fans, they come first. Like, they come first. If you're not doing right by the fans, then we're going to step in. And so the actual quote was, Star Wars has always been about the fans, and whether it's Battlefront or any Star Wars experience, they come first.
Yeah. And the thing that's kind of fucked up too, you know, since they pulled it at such a late moment, there's still like Targets and Walmarts and like retail locations that are still selling the points cards, like for crystals. So people can still purchase the crystal cards, even though they are absolutely useless at this point. So that's something that needs to be addressed as well. Because I saw that on Reddit earlier today that, you know, Target still is stocking that stuff because they don't know any better. You know, you're getting these places. I'm sure GameStop probably got the email and pulled them all. But for other retail locations that don't give a shit about video games, not primarily video games, it's going to be there. And people are going to, like parents or somebody's going to buy that thinking they can use it. And what happens, you know, especially with POS card or POSA cards, point of sale access cards or whatever they're called. Once they're activated, there's really not supposed to be any refunds on them. So that would cause a bit of a problem, and Target or Best Buy they'd immediately turn them away, and they'd have to go to some weird like way to go to EA to get their money back. And it just seems like a really big mess.
So it is a big mess, and I think that this game was just the tipping point of people putting their foot down and saying, "We're not gonna take it."
Yeah, and I think, you know, part of the problem that has led to this is the rise in the microtransactions for like mobile games, because, you know, we were talking, I feel like a few years ago, where like EA was making so much of their income off of the microtransactions from their mobile games.
Yeah.
That, like, of course they're going to implement that into their full-fledged games because they saw such a huge return. I saw an article today that said that their stock value has decreased since they pulled microtransactions because they're not going to be making as much money as they thought they were. So everything just went down because, like, it's no longer worth it because the money's not there. And, like, yeah, I guess it sucks if you hold stock in EA or whatever. But, like, I mean, it's... I don't know. I play like a lot of my mobile games and stuff. I don't buy micro. I don't do it.
It's an ethics issue, man.
You know, I don't
it's
do
ethics.
it. I just if I've already spent the money, I'm not going to spend more money. I don't do it for even with the cosmetic stuff in Overwatch or, you know,
or even Destiny.
I don't even play Destiny, right? I just don't.
God damn it!
I've never been one to buy that sort of stuff because I'm of the old school like frame of mind that like I bought the game, like this stuff should be included, or I'll work for it. Like I'll play the game to unlock these things, especially if it's unlockable.
Yeah, Warframe is a perfect example of you can either grind for gear for hours or pay for it. But the thing is, it is a free-to-play game. You can pay to win if you want, but here's the thing. Otherwise, you don't have to pay a dime anyway, and you can still earn it. And it's like that's what they should do. If Battlefront was going to include microtransactions from the get-go, fuck it, make it free-to-play. No one could have complained about it. If it would have came out like with a Warframe mentality, nobody would have had room to fucking complain.
Yeah, and you don't see a lot of it happening like single-player games. People they just don't, because it doesn't affect the multiplayer gameplay. Like single players are getting away with it because of that. You know, but EA said they came out with a statement saying that they were going to remove a lot of the guns and everything that you were going to get from loot boxes. But the star cards are still an issue because somebody can spend $100 on boxes and get so fucking overpowered. It's ridiculous. Like there's some people out there. It's just like their health regenerates at like super fucking speed. Their guns have extra kick to them and just kill you in one shot.
Yeah, we were playing against someone last night that was a level 51, and it was like, there's no way, even if you did what we did and paid the $5 for access, EA access or Origin access or whatever, and played 10 hours before it came out, and then immediately started playing since last Tuesday or whatever day it came out, last Monday at 11 p.m., right? Like, that you're up to level 51 already. It's because they probably, before it got taken down, spent some money and got all the good loot and stuff and overpowered their characters, which, I mean, as a part of me, it's like, you know what? Fine, if you want to be that asshole that spends $200 and unlocks all this shit just to be the quote unquote best, fine, whatever. Fuck you, man. That's fine.
Whoa, we've got fans that do that here. So calm down with your little f-bombs.
No, that's no. If you want to do that and you want to cheat to win, fuck you. Fine, you spent the $200. I could think of 1,000 other places to spend $200, like the 8-bit Geek. But like,
God damn it!
But put your money where your mouth is, Doug.
Well, I don't spend money on loot boxes.
Spend it here. Put $200 down.
You know how much money I spend on? You know how much money I spend on Saga every fucking episode?
I know.
Yeah, he knows because I talk about it every fucking week. I put out an episode where I'm editing it. I'm like, hey, I've spent $50 on this episode, so you guys better fucking pip this shit out, please.
I act like I don't see it. I'm like, that's cool.
Never mind. It's got the double check marks.
I'm like, well, got to go on to something else.
And Chirps Ahoy in chat says the saddest thing about Battlefront 2 is it actually is a big improvement from the first. Now you guys have been playing it.
Yeah, I love it.
Now all drama aside, yeah, what do you think of the game?
I love it. I love it.
The game's great. I mean, I haven't beaten the single player, but the multiplayer's been pretty wonderful. Aside from when you get into a match with the heavy hitters, but I think it's one of those games where you play with your friends and it's wonderful. I think that they do need to add a lot of shit to the game, like being able to spawn with your group every time. Like, why they put out these battlefield games for fucking 15 years, and all of them you can spawn on your party when you die. Like, you can spawn back with your party. That just needs to be in the game. I don't know why that's not in the fucking game.
No, I don't either. But the story, while the campaign is short, I've read some reviews and stuff where they say like, oh, it's confusing and you jump back and forth between all these different characters. Not really. You play as Aiden Versio, and then there's a couple of chapters where you play as a hero that you're interacting with. Like, it's not that confusing, and it makes sense why you're doing it because it's part of the fucking story. And I will say this: It's only about 7 hours long. It's worth it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. You get a look at some locations that aren't currently in the game, but will probably be coming in some sort of DLC. Like, I think there's no Rogue One stuff in here, but you see some Rogue One stuff in the single player, at least the world and stuff that's in it. So it's gorgeous. It's fun. It's left kind of open-ended for them to again maybe release some DLC to continue the story to further some stuff. That would be awesome. But I thoroughly enjoy it. I suck at it. I'm not very good at the multiplayer. I'm all right, but like I have fun playing with friends. It's a fun game, and then we've talked about this. The sound design for this game is unreal. Like, you feel like you're in fucking Star Wars when you're playing this game. The sound design is phenomenal.
Nice.
Even just if you switch from third person to first person, if you're if you're a stormtrooper, the differences in sound is incredible. Like, if you ever do it and you start running, you actually hear him go underneath the mask. It's incredible. He's breathing hard. It's really cool. So there's one developer who came out against this whole microtransaction thing, and it was CD Projekt Red, and
otherwise known as Good Guy CD Projekt Red.
Exactly. So they commented on Cyberpunk 2077, and they said that it was going to be a huge RPG. They gave a little bit of it was going to be a single player, open world, story driven RPG. And then they said, don't worry, there's no hidden catch. You get what you pay for. No bullshit, just honest gaming. Like the Wild Hunt, we leave the greed to others.
So much shade.
Holy
much shade. But the thing is, they have that to back it up, because I haven't met one person who's played The Witcher 3 and hasn't they don't really have much to complain about. I mean, there's a reason it won Game of the Year when it came out, and they had so much content that was given free.
Make it
I've
rain,
complained.
make it
What did you
rain.
complain? What's your
Lord, make
hate
it rain.
hatred
I've
for?
said it a
Witcher?
million times, man. I can't. It's the quest inception bullshit that I can't do.
But I mean, don't you
Quest
do you
inside of
feel
a
like?
quest inside of a quest?
But the thing from what I can experience, I played about 20 hours of it, and I still haven't even scratched the surface, and that's pretty amazing. But a lot of those side quests and the quests are not really like fetch quests or anything like that. Like a lot of them are pretty
Bullshit.
unique. Huh?
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
No, listen, it's a great RPG. I'm not taking anything away from it. I think that sometimes
Thank you for that.
Geralt can be a little dull with his line delivery, and it makes for boring interactions sometimes when you're doing these side quests and you're just like, holy shit, they're talking for half an hour about getting some goddamn bird seeds. Like, just let me go get the goddamn bird seeds.
I need to go get some buckthorn.
Yeah, like come.
Yeah.
on,
I know
man.
exactly what mission you're talking about too. That's at like the very beginning of the game. But no, I understand that. But as far as giving
Nigga, I know
content
you
away,
throwing nickels
they
at me,
gave
but
away
you would
so many
die.
pieces of free content, as well as like all of their expansions. That the 2 expansions that did come out were like full on games, as opposed to just like hour and a half little like busy work. So it's like you really get what you pay for with CD Projekt Red games, and so that's why they had to come out and basically throw that shade out there with Cyberpunk. That's when that comes out. That's going to be it's going to be Witcher in like a more technical term. So
And
I don't know.
I hopefully if they get Geralt back to voice something of the main character, I'm just gonna fucking throw the game against the wall.
I am a cyberpunk. I was put here specifically to piss off Jeremy Jones.
Oh.
Coming soon.
And he's going to look right at the camera in the game.
Hey, just real quick, we've had 2 donations come in.
Okay.
Awesome.
One of them was $6.90, and it said sponsorship for Doug's rant. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I'll put
there
that
we go.
$6.90 towards Saga.
Nice.
No.
And then we got another donation. That one was from it was the mouse. What was it? High Mouse.
Dead Mouse. Oh, Hymus. Yeah.
Hymus. Sure. And then the other one I think was from Passive a couple seconds ago. We don't have our normal alert system thing open because
It's not working for me because I suck. I'm terrible.
Sorry, I'm coughing. And it was I think $2.10, and it said to fix the donation, and it brought our total back up to $1,086.90. So
Nice.
Thanks. Okay, so we're hitting up the last story of the night, and this one is going to hit you guys real hard because this is a game that every single one of you played.
Yep.
Marvel Heroes, shutting down its servers.
R.I.P. in peace, man.
It's won multiple game of the years. It's been heralded as one of the best RPGs of all time. It's the greatest game that is probably. Oh wait, did I say Marvel? Oh, never mind. That's the wrong game. I'm sorry. This is Marvel Heroes.
Marvel Heroes, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. This is the free to play game that tried to get all of your money. So.
And so did we? Okay, so this came out later and I don't know if this was confirmed or anything, but apparently somebody at Gazillion. Let me look this up just to make sure.
Here we go.
But like, no, there was like a sexual harassment suit or something that happened. There was like like somebody was alleging sexual harassment there, and that's kind of what led to Disney being like, "Look, we're done with you fuckers."
Wait, why would that couldn't unless it's like the fucking CEO? Like Disney wouldn't just be like, "Oh wait, somebody in your company sexually."
Marvel Studios shuts down after Marvel Heroes Studios shuts down after sexual harassment allegation against Gazillion CEO.
Never
There
mind
you
that.
go.
Holy shit!
All right.
So this could be the thing that led to it. Yeah, definitely don't judge the company based on the CEO, David Dorman. That's his actual real name, which he had to change for reasons that a simple Google will illustrate. This is from a Reddit post, by the way.
Well.
And he said, his reputation for inappropriate conduct, especially toward women, is something that industry insiders are aware of, talk about behind closed doors. His conduct has been tolerated because he often controls the money flow and is a good talker. This is a problem at some tech companies that need to be addressed more assertively. So
Damn.
that, yeah. So
you go.
according to CBR publisher, Disney has also released an official statement where a rep disclosed that they ended their relationship with Gazillion and Marvel Heroes will be shut down soon. So I think that may have been what led to it, as opposed to like losing money or something like that. But I
just
think
assumed it was
that might have been.
because I thought Mike was the only one who played the game.
Oh,
Oh, well, it comes out on
his-
Windows phones.
On his Windows phone. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
Mike, when you getting that new phone? Let us know. Hit us up.
Mike, when you building that PC, let us know. Hit us up.
Mike, when you're growing a full beard, hit us up. Let us know.
Oh, come on. Don't mess with the man's sweet chin.
Mike, when are you
Hair.
going to start using Discord like the rest of us? Hit us up. Let us know.
Hit us up. Let us know. Hashtag hit us up. Let us know.
Mike, when you gonna get a real podcast? Hit us up.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh,
Divas, Dropkicks, and Dives is the
shit.
best.
Oh, shit. He says, y'all keep asking me stuff that requires money.
Well, your wife makes it. Spend it.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, he said Jer. I'm sorry. I should have taken it there, Mike. Come back to my stream.
It's fine. It's fine.
Come back to my.
Kev said the same thing earlier in this show.
He did. Check out the pre-share.
Wait. What did I say? Oh, about the phone. Yeah, the Windows phone. Yeah.
No. About the
It
podcast.
was a fucking dig.
I'd say about the pod. Why would I talk shit about my own podcast?
You have before
When?
that one time.
That one
Give
time.
me 42 examples.
That one time. 42 times 42.
I'm waiting.
He said you done fucked up. All right, I'm sorry, Mike. I apologize. Take my apology. Get yourself a real phone, though. I don't know why your wife let you get a Windows phone. I don't know how you talked her into that one. Fuck. What are you talking about? It takes money. They give you free ones now for switching. All you have to do is go into the store, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. Like here,
I'm
take this."
I'm so sorry that you bought this for your grandfather. Here, let's get him a better phone.
Oh, you guys are douche dicks.
I'm just trying to set him up for something. He gets something so much better. He can even get like an Android with like 6.0 on it. They're like, dude, this one's on us.
What are you talking about? Android's not even that high up.
Oh, is it? Because he's going for the future.
Now you got me having to look up my Android version.
This fool says, Mike says in the chat, those are shit phones though. Can't live that ball of life on a flip phone. Fool, you can't live that ball of life on a Windows phone.
All right, Android's up to 7.0. Fuck off. I love my Android. I went to iPhone once and my phone got stolen, so fuck Apple.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Android for life. No one's going to steal my Android.
It was fun. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
I'm Kevin.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned for the after show. We're going to do a quick Q&A before getting out of here. Hugs, love, and all that bullshit.